You witnessed my first attempt to make something using modeling clay. It's air dry clay, which means you can shape it as you want, leave for 24-48 hours to dry, and it will be ready to use. I don't have any cutting mat or anything, so I use a paper bag. I also got modeling tools, not sure if I'm going to use them this time, but I see how they can create interesting textures. Video is not sponsored, but I'll link where I bought the supplies. I needed something to roll the clay, and I thought of it after leaving the store. So I'm going to use a part of the embroidery frame. Looks like it's going to work. The scalpel to cut the clay, and I never know how to open these packages. Yep, pretty sharp and dangerous. Let's put it away. Pastel acrylic paint. I like each of these colors and they should look great in any combinations. Brushes for acrylic paint. They feel pretty solid. And I have some water. What am I going to do? I realize this image doesn't really help you, but what about placing some thread bobbins on it? It's going to be a thread holder. The design is simple, brick with cracks. Each crack is one bobbin, so the whole holder will fit 19 of it. I made a template out of paper. Taking off all rings and ready to start. The clay smells nice. I thought it would smell and feel more like plasticine. I have no idea how much I need. Water of the pack is enough, I think. And you don't really need the scalpels for this. The awesome part about this clay is that you can reuse it even if it dries, add water and shape again as you want. Some visual of the texture. With the real speed, you can see that I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's speed it up. The first shape was too thin. The bobbin cut right through it and I just wanted to make a crack. Here I forgot that I have modeling tools. And just shaping with this tube from embroidery frame. The bag turned out not as smooth as I'd like it. Is this a job for this tool? Maybe. Adding some water and trying to smooth it out. Yeah, I smooth one part and wrinkle another. My next genius idea is to smooth it with a brush. I'd say it's kind of working. I just covered the wrinkles with new wrinkles. Also, while it's wet, everything imprints on the shape and pieces of clay stay on the paper bag. So I made a hard decision to use something else. I still don't have a mat, so it's a plastic bag. At this moment, I believe in myself and started over. Not trying to shape by hand and using template and scalpel. Plastic bag leaves imprints too, by the way. Just placing bobbins halfway through. Making sure there is no clay inside and sides are smooth and even, as much as it's possible. That's it, I'm leaving it to dry. The best situation is to place it not under the direct sun and so the air would go from all sides. After this incredible success, I was sure I can make hoop holder. But it turned out to be harder than I thought. None of my constructions worked. The ones that held the hoop would have damaged the embroideries. So I went another road and made a little something holder. And no, you can't eat from stuff you make with this clay. I cut the base, measured how much I need for the sides. And put it together after adding some water. Also, I read that it's good to cut the edges, then wet them, and that makes the construction more solid. Yep, I'm using the modeling tool and I thought it would be useless in the beginning. Although I'm not sure I'm using it right, but I find it really helpful. And here it is, perfectly shaped cup. The look is questionable, so let's check the functionality. Easy to put bobbins in. Looks cute and they stay in. I don't like the rough edges, but the upper part seems okay. I plan to use it for the photos and to carry the thread palette from one embroidery point to another. Almost all stayed in. Yay! The cup is now a snips holder, and it works great as well, but looks rough. So I got sanding blocks with 3 types of grit: rough, average and super fine. Before making previous step, I watched and read few tutorials on how to work with modeling clay. But in this part, I'm acting by intuition and what if? It seems to work. I'm not going to show the whole process, it took about 15 minutes. The result is pretty nice. But after showing it to you from every angle, I thought, but what if I try a little bit more? I turned off the camera and used the finest sanding block. And broke it in 2 halves. What is the lesson? Settle for the average? I don't know. Just out of the curiosity and not believing in it really, I tried to kind of glue them back together. I used water, fresh clay, and cut the edges. Every step of the process screamed, stop it, start over. But the natural laziness and curiosity won. I wasn't thinking about the aesthetic part, just wanted to have one piece. It worked and looked fine to me. We all have scars, it's a part of our journey. I sanded it a little bit to make sure Holden won't swing on the table and lie flat. And cut the placements for bobbins. Eventually, it became looking better than it was before. So I'm ready to paint this beauty. And this one too. I don't have a lot of experience painting with acrylic, but I know how to open this. That should count as something. Brushes are not very good, I'd prefer something softer and something that is not falling apart. I painted the upper half of the cup and left it drying. I'd like to talk about the importance of planning and sketching. It is important. But I didn't have a plan and it shows. Also, there is no point in adding lots of water, colors look patchy and the clay softens. After drying, you can see exactly where I added water. I painted one more layer on the cup and painted over these branches. The paint is dry, we can add lines and details. To check if macaron liners will stay, I drew a small circle and waited. But only for 8 seconds because I can't wait longer. After smudging it, I decided that if I'm patient enough, this might work. And if I'm not, I'd have to paint over it anyway. Yep, it's fine. I decided to leave the thread holder out of it, and that's the final look. Palette from the Inside the Flower shop pattern. Holds bobbins perfectly, colors exist but don't steal attention, and overall I'm happy with this project. There are plenty of imperfections, but that's how I know that the next one is going to be better. Or not. Subscribe to the channel to see my experiments. Hit that like button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video!